The Ghost Master said let's go out of the house and into the cave, and opened the door and swept his arm as if to say you go out first, okay, and then they went down the ladder. When they got to the bottom they were standing on all the corpses of their friends and enemies and they were covered turds from the toilet buckets. Fox said wow, to which Gaku said holy cow, all of these guys are dead. Why are they at your house? Luigi said nothing and looked at him with a mean face like this doofus kid, doesn't he listen to anything? So Luigi goes back up the ladder to get his poltergust 1 billion, and when he comes back down, he realizes he don't need it, so he brings it back up to the house, and when he comes to the bottom again he slips on King K. Rool head and falls on the ground. When he gets up, he presses buttons on a remote controller to make the mountain open, and they leave the mountain. I am going to invite one of my best friends to come to and put these ghosts back in their bodies, said Luigi, who seemed to be the new team leader. Are you our new leader, Ghost Master? Gaku says to Luigi, and Luigi says it is best not to pose questions like that to me. It makes me uncomfortable. WHP is your best friend? Wolf asked, and Luigi said you will see. They started to walk into the jungle and no one cared where Flaco was. When they got in the jungle, Snake said how far is your friend's house, and Luigi said to him it is far. They all kept walking for a long time and climbing through bushes, and at one point Diddy Kong climbed up a tree to see where they were, and he could tell they were still in the jungle. It was long house before they got to where they are going, and they saw big rocks with moss on them and torches with fire on top. I feel like we are almost there, Fox said, and the Ghostman said, we have been there. They come to a house made of wood with no bark and stones and are knocking at the door from outside where there are torches. Hello, are you home? It is the Ghost Man, and I have come to bring you home today. Luigi was at the door, and FX and Wolf and Solid Snake and Gaku and Diddy Kong were behind him waiting, and someone was standing behind them watching them at the door. Maybe he is not home. We should go look for him, Gaku said, but Luigi said no. One the and they all heard a voice coming from behind them that said, hello, it is I, Crash the Bandicoot. They turned around and saw Crash standing there wanting to go in his house, but everyone was in the way. That guy is orange, said Gaku, and everyone ignored him because they can see he is orange. He is right in front of them. Crash, I have come to show you how to get to my house so you can put the ghosts I found back in the dead bodies I brought with me. Crash looked around with his big eyeball and smiled crazy. He said okay, and there was a tiki man, and Diddy said what is the name of your tiki man, and Crash said that is Aku Aku, my Horocrux, and Evrine went and he said we have come from the islands where I am from because they have fallen into the ocean and I cannot breathe underwater. I have brought fruit though. A Wumpa fruit to anyone? And Gaku said boy am I hungry, I'll take a Wumpa fruit, and Crash Bandicoot gave him one. Then Luigi said let's go home, and they all went back through the jungle to Luigi's cave house in the mountain. When they got there he said to Crash Bandicoot, this is my mountain, Luigi Jungle Mountain, where I live inside. Open for the Ghost Master. Luigi said, and it opened, and they went in and left it open to see with the little light allowed by the dense embowelments. That is a lot of bodies, says Crash, and Luigi goes I know. He runs through the bodies and the stuff on them up the ladder and grabs the Poltergust 1 billion and comes down and says it is time now the dead bodies to be ruined with their ghosts. They all take a body, and Fox says why that is Slippy the Frog when he looked in a bag and found his pieces. Yes, he was all over the road and I found his ghost and caught it. And that is Peppy, said Wolf, and Luigi being a ghost master said I know. They went outside the cave in the jungle and Crash said make the dead bodies a circle around my live one, and they took Slipio and Petty and Sonic the Hedgehog and the Mega Man and the Eggman and Mr. Willy and KNG Cruel and put them in a circle around Crash Bandicoot. Aku Aku made a gibberish jungle sound and they lit torches and Crash said unleash the ghosts, and Luigi turned the Poltergust 1 billion on backwards mode and all of them came out as Crash was saying Sonic go to your body and Mega Man go to your body and Eggman go to you body, and they were all going back to their bodies. Where they got in the bodies they stood up and Fox looked disturbed and so did Wold, and Gaku was looking scared, but Diddy Kong was eating on his banana. Luigi smiled and took out a crown from his pocket and put it on his head and said to them, I am King Luigi, Ghost Master of this jungle. Gaku said, I didn't know you are a king and neither did anyone else. Luigi said, hail me my legion, and they all hailed him, and their decrepit bodies were trembling and morbid and no one was talking and they were all covered in shit. Now we will prepare to fight the boss enemy. Come inside everyone and I will give you weapons. And they all went inside and Luigi gave them swords that he got from his friend Marth, who was in the hospital, so he said, you can borrow all of my swords, and Fox and Wolf and Diddy didn't need weapons because they have guns, and Gaku had his key attacks and the Kamehameha.